Hi and welcome back to It's Miracle Beauty. This is my update for my pan challenge for June and my no buy low buy for June. On one hand, I will say it was an epic failure on the no buy, but I spent zero money out of pocket. So if you're interested in finding out how I did that in an update on my pan challenge, then keep watching because this is my June update for my pan challenge and no buy low buy. So for June, I was supposed to have $0 spent. I was supposed to have not bought one item for all of June. I actually was very successful. In April, I did not purchase one item. However, in May, bottomed out. I actually don't think I did a full update for how much I spent in May. I will calculate that and put it in the box below if I did it. I just can't remember if I included that. So my spending was $9.54 and $3.18 at Ipsy, $60.42 at ColourPop, Juvia's Place $88.59. That is for the new foundation. I have one that I can't name because it kind of would give things away. That was $25. Ulta I spent $39.86, $22.76, $32.18, and $279.53. That wasn't Ulta. Where was that? I think that was Mercari. The $32.18 and $279.53 was Mercari. However, so let's just round those amounts. It adds up to roughly $300. However, I earned $869 between Facebook Marketplace and Mercari, selling things that I decluttered or also selling like household goods I didn't need anymore. So I spent zero out of pocket. However, part of the no buy was not just not buying things, meaning spending money. There was a goal there to not spend out of pocket money, and that goal I succeeded on. However, I did fail in the fact that I added to my collection, and I added a lot to my collection. So in July, I'm going to kind of switch it up. So I am working on a video series that I do have to purchase, trade, buy used, whatever it is, when it's safe to buy used, obviously, for this video series. I do think that I have, let me just add up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think I have 8 videos bought. So what I'm going to do is that's literally all of July and then some of August and then probably into September. So I'm not going to buy anything else in July. I did make some purchases in July. I did not put them down yet, but I will update you at the end of July with my no buy low buy pan challenge. So that is where it stands. I am moving it to a no buy for any beauty, hair, anything like that for the month of July. Today is July 7th. So I have the first exact week I have not succeeded in this. Technically I didn't buy anything today, but the 6th and prior I did. I actually went on kind of a small spree because I did sell a big piece of furniture and had some extra cash, again, with those resales. And actually I just thought about it, I didn't include that in there. So I had 869, so I actually had $1,239. I actually made selling items in my home and things like that. So let's move over to the pan challenge. So for me, June was a literal failure. Other than a few exceptions, I really didn't use anything out of my pan challenge. I did figure out, and again, that's one thing I really just love about the pan challenges is it does fine tune exactly what my usages are, exactly what my, habits and what I reach for. And one thing that I determined in the month of June, and even prior to that, but May and June really brought it to my attention, is that if I store my pan items separately, I will not use them or I won't reach for them automatically, even though there's plenty of products in here that I actually love. What happens is what I did is, and let me explain it, I had a basket very similar to this that I put my pan items in, and then I had another one that's about the same size that I would put my weekly makeup basket, which I haven't done for the last 2 weeks of June, or no, probably the last week and first week of July, so I do want to go back to that. However, let me finish about this. Because I had 2 baskets, I would be in a hurry and grab the one and be like, for today it won't matter, for today it won't matter, I'll do it again tomorrow. Pretty soon I got to the end of the month and I realized that I had not used my pan items on a regular basis. So let's talk about where I'm at with it. So if I go back to the original categories that I did pick when I did this, again, I got this from Jack Lorraine. I'm going to tag her up here. Amazing YouTuber. My pan challenge was Jack Lorraine's. She actually started it, and I took all of her list and implemented my own. So I have finished some products. So these are the current products. If you want to see what was finished and what I replaced and everything else, I do post pictures on Instagram as I finish something, then I replace it with something, because it is a rolling pan for my Jack Lorraine pan. So the first item is my Too Faced Born This Way. And my last marker is about right here. This doesn't settle enough to see it. I've left it like sitting on my desk for weeks and it won't settle. But I would say it's not far from it. I probably use this maybe twice or 3 times this month. So I am going to put these in my active basket to go from. And that category, I forgot to tell you, was older near expiration. This was actually purchased in September. So I want to get it finished before it expires. The next one is a challenge or not reach for. For this, I did choose the Hourglass foundation stick. So for me, I am not a lover of stick foundations. I mean, I have a ton of this left, but I don't reach for stick foundations typically. It's just not my personal preference. I wish I would have thought of that before I spent like $50 on this. However, that's something that I actually want to get my money's worth. I want to have it all used and not wasted. So that was a challenge or not to reach for. The next one is Walk the Plank. Now this one, I had said previously that I was going to declutter it by this time. I hadn't used a lot of it. But actually, there's two I've been using this shade down here called Daisy. It's like almost like a mustard color. I want to see if I can get it pick up good. So, and then I started using this natural. So a lot of times I'll use almost like a bone color or a really pale beige, and then I'll darken it up with that. But what I really love is this middle one called Dream. So if you have a medium to deep skin tone, this is, in my opinion, I don't have deep skin, but just from watching other people who use this, I think this is the perfect neutrals palette. For me, I can't use them all for a neutral look. Now, these over here are great for a dramatic look. So I am keeping it in there for now. I am enjoying it. I didn't use it a ton this month. I probably used it 4 or 5 times, but I am enjoying it. And so the Walk the Plank category means that you're going to decide if you want to part with it or if you want to keep it. And so for right now, I'm keeping it. Next is something you love and want to enjoy versus save. So this is my Givenchy very expensive highlighter, and unfortunately I hate it now. It's literally I have to smack my hand and make myself use it. I have been using it this month as an inner corner highlight just to use something. I'm hoping to just in that little divot hit pan at some point. I may just get rid of this. I'm not sure yet because the amount of money spent on it, I do not want to just waste it. However, a product that I don't love. So for this category, I moved in my Kat Von D Shade and Light. This is the contour palette, and as the powder, I'll show you. So this is what it looks like. And for me, I can only use this shade right here and these 2 shades. I mean, technically I could use that one, but it looks a little awkward on me. So I am trying to use it. I actually probably use this more than a lot of the items in this, because whenever I needed a powder or needed a contour, I would reach for this. So that is a product I don't love. And I would just like to state, I am not loving that product because of the whole Kat Von D drama. I could give up about that. But for me, it was something that, it was my first contour palette, and I saw everyone using it, and I wanted it, and then I got it, and I actually didn't love it as much as I thought I was going to. So a product for currently in season, I'm using the Lumi Glotion. This actually was put into the pan during winter, and now it's sweating off my makeup and everything else, but it is down to here, and this is in the 901 Fair. So I'm probably going to just kind of leave this alone until it gets a little bit chillier, because my makeup just washes right off with this. Not even wash, I mean it literally just separates because of the heat. Product that you've forgotten about or neglected. So this one was kind of fun. This is the NYC, which I was told by someone on Instagram is out of business. I hope not. Sun and Bronze bronzing powder. This is New York Color is actually the name of the brand. So this creates just a beautiful sun-kissed type look. I don't think that this one would be good for anybody with a deep skin tone. In my opinion, I think that this would be something that would be just a little bit light for them. For me, I have to be careful because I can make myself look like, you know. So that was product you've loved and forgot about. Actually, I want to say this is actually the second one that I've used. I bought these on Amazon, and the first one was like the first bronzer I ever owned, and I loved it. And then I got the Kat Von D and I moved on from there, including cream. But this was the first one, this is my second one, and so I am trying to get the love out of that. Another bronzer that I have, it's called an Easy product is the category. This is my Sample Hoola. The wording is almost gone, so I don't think it'd take much to get through that, especially since that's my favorite powder bronzer. The ninth category is a brand that or a product you no longer use. This one, I have to say, I have fallen in love with this palette. It is very easy, especially the middle 3 rows I can use for work easily. This yellow or mustard color I like is inner corner highlight. The reason I put this in is at the time, I had decided not to use Huda Beauty anymore, like at all. I was kind of dismissing it from my collection, and due to prior comments and things like that. And then after so much drama has erupted and so many people are cancel this person, I cancel that person, I made the decision that I'm not canceling any products. If someone does something that's wrong, I'm gonna, you know, make a decision to either not buy everything, only buy certain things or whatever. But if something appeals to me, I'm gonna buy it, because every day there's a new drama, and tomorrow people forget about it and they're uncanceled, and it's just a mess. So I'm not going to do that. Discontinued or limited edition. So this one is the Tarte Pineapple. This is probably the product I use the most this month by far. I really do love this palette. Sorry, my hair's driving me crazy. I've been swimming, and so it's got like chlorine dryness to it. As I said before, I really don't use the face products that much, other than the divot I just made with my fingernail. However, the eyeshadows have an amazing divot. Let's see if I can get it to pick up. It is right here. So it literally is probably over 50 or 60% used. It's not the only one I'm using. I do have some big divots in other areas as well, but that one's definitely going to stay in. Now, I put this in the discontinued limited edition. It is limited edition, however, as of the last Sephora sale, it was available. So 11 is a wild card. This one is my Laura Mercier. You can see it's like right here, which is on the front down to the bottom of Laura. I had it above it at last check-in. I have used this, however, it's been kind of intermittently. Even though it's not technically a matte foundation in the sense that it's advertised that way, it is pretty matte, and so I do like it on hot days. It can help keep things together, but on the same hand, I'm into that no makeup look, and this is not it. So it just depends on what days I'm using it. So that was all of my products for the Jack's Learning portion. So my 5x5 for my birthday was 5 products. I actually already finished, I think 2 of them. The Lights Camera Lashes by Tarte I replaced with my Candid. As you can see, it's near the bottom. This is the first Candid I bought. I am in the shade Creme Brulee, and this is my favorite foundation. I actually have 3 of these. I have this one that's in my pan, I have one that's in my drawer as backups, whatever, and one that's in my purse bag. So I do love that foundation. So I also have a tiny MAC Fix Plus. I believe this is the Rose. Yep, it's the Rose, and if you look, it's almost gone, and for some reason the stick is never long enough to get quite all of it, so that's probably will be finished this week or next week. The other thing I have is, for some reason, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, sorry, I can't count. I kept going, I have an extra. This is my Tarte. This is the Quirky travel size. Before I even started the pan challenge, it was getting where the print that's inside was smoothed out, and so that one I've not used too much. The next is the Mary Luminizer by The Balm. This is a travel size, and I have used this probably almost as much as the Pineapple. It's a pretty highlight, and then it's also good for the upper of the eye, so I do use it for that. And the last item is the Fenty Travel Primer. This primer does not work good for my skin right now. I'm not sure if it's the weather, if it's me, if it's application. I have no idea. I'm going to try it a couple more times, but I think it's made for more oily skin. It's kind of like their foundations are very matte, and so that's that. So that is the update for my pan challenge and my low buy, no buy. I will do an update on Facebook as I finish items. Like I said, the MAC is getting ready to finish, and so is some other ones. I will do an update on Instagram that tells you exactly what the status is and what item was used and what item was switched out. And somewhere up here will be my social media. I usually post them at the beginning of my video and when I mention them. If you like this video, if you wouldn't mind clicking like. I kind of been reminding people that likes are almost more important than subscribing, because subscribing is important and ringing the bell is important, but that's for notifications that you see our videos, which will get people more videos. However, when you like it, it actually lets YouTube know that people like you and send you out into the universe to be seen by other people. So again, if you wouldn't mind liking this video and ringing the bell for notifications after you hopefully subscribe, and I hope I see you again soon.